Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to
Hello, brother.
Hello Sister Podcast. I am your host, Reed, and I'm joined by my co host.
Ashlyn.
And this week we're going to be talking about Scarlett Johansson and her suing Disney. So basically, for those that don't know or haven't heard this news, essentially Scarlett Johansson, when she signed her contract for Black Widow, which was way before COVID and all this other time, essentially she had signed that she would get a percentage of the revenue from theaters. And so when Disney came out and on Disney Plus released Black Widow, even though it cost money, she's saying it's a breach of contract. And so she is curious, or she is wanting to get that money or get the money, makeup of the money, because right now Black Widow is not doing that well in theaters. But you could just say that, blame it on Disney Plus. We actually purchased it on Disney Plus. And you know about all this, so like, what are your initial thoughts and all that stuff? You think it was a breach of contract? What do you think?
So my thing is, I wonder if she really did know this ahead of time, that it would be on Disney Plus the same time as the theater release, and she's either doing this because her ratings were so low, or if she wants to bring more attention to the actual movie and get more views that way. But I don't know. I just think there is ulterior motives to her actually suing over this.
That's true. That's an interesting point. I didn't think of it as it stirring up drama, so more people would go to the theaters. Because like I wonder if, I don't know. I think she got like 20 million still, like regardless of all this. But like obviously, so here's the thing: is Black Widow was set to release before Disney Plus I think ever came out. Because I think they launched with the Mandalorian, and I think Mandalorian might have came out fall last year or so. No, maybe 2 years ago, and yeah, fall 2 years ago, and I think that's when Black Widow was supposed to be released, or I don't remember exactly the time frame, but
I think Black Widow was last May, so like May of 2020 or something.
yeah, I don't
It was
remember.
delayed like an entire year.
I don't remember, but whatever. I mean, like she apparently it seems like she did not approve of this Disney Plus release. And Kevin Feige, I don't have it in this article right now. Basically, we're just using this as a viewer thing, but Kevin Feige came out and was like on Scarlett Johansson's side and was like, you should like pay her for all this stuff. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out because I think it does have a huge impact on streaming in the future. Because like, so obviously Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars. So I think Disney Plus was anticipating just releasing films through, or Disney. What did I say? Disney was anticipating releasing Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney films probably through Disney Plus, disregarding theaters in general. HBO is owned by Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers owns DC, so the same thing could happen with DC. Like for example, this week Suicide Squad's coming out, which I'm excited to see. But I was just gonna say we're gonna get it on HBO Max and watch it there. But I think it'll have an interesting impact on streaming releases and all that in the future. Like,
Yeah, I agree. I do have a question. So when they're polling, like, this is how many box office views and the amount of money and all that stuff, for the actual box office views, because it didn't do very well, does that include streaming at all, or is it just...
like,
Okay.
I don't think we know the specifics of the contract, but maybe, I think at the end of the day, Disney would probably give her the money from Disney Plus, but who knows, maybe they were trying to weasel their way out or mouse their way
Yeah.
out, I guess.
I think it sucks for her. It really does if you were expecting it all to just be a theater release. But at this point in time, almost all streaming services are going to be doing that, and it's going to affect that, as you were saying. So, you just have to adapt to it.
I wonder if because of this, she would have been like one of the highest paid actresses too, possibly. Because like I'm trying to think of other actresses that are huge right now or have a grand scale. Like
Maybe right now, because I can't really think of anyone that... I just think movies are not the best right now.
maybe Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, but I don't like even that's not doing well. I think there was so much hype around this. So I mean, I think this was poised to make her probably one of the richest actresses this year, or
Yeah, probably.
so. And I wonder if that undercuts it, and maybe that was a goal that she had or something. You know?
I mean, I feel like for this year she probably still is at the top. So
Right.
I'm not sure. But I mean, it does obviously suck if you're expecting to get X amount of dollars and you're not getting that because of that release. But I think most people, either way, even if they waited a whole week to release on Disney Plus, I think a lot of people would have just waited. I think people are shying away from theaters.
Yeah. No, I definitely think so too. And you heard what Disney said in reaction to her suing them, right?
I believe so.
Where they were basically like, well, you have to understand, from our standpoint, we had just gone through a global pandemic and people's businesses were shut down because, the government shut them down for safety or whatever reason, like safety.
I think they added a COVID clause to her contract after that happened, and so they were saying it's a breach of contract for her. I'm pretty sure.
Really? But that's, I mean, we can probably look
see if it's on there.
Yeah, maybe there's an edit or something. Disney responded on Thursday saying that there is no merit whatsoever to this filing and that the suit is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. So yeah, they're just trying to...
It says Disney has fully complied with her contract, and furthermore, the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus with Premier Access has significantly enhanced her ability to earn additional compensation on top of the $20 million she has received to date. So...
Yeah, but that's Disney saying
I know.
that. So
I'm just saying, there might be some validity to that, but we just don't know.
Right. I mean, I think she's probably due a little bit more money because it was theatrically released, but honestly, she might not do as well then if it is that way. Like if she's, I mean, if they're going to plan on giving her the Disney Plus income as part of it, then, but I think a lot of people, like, it was ease of access to us. That's why we got it. Yeah. And also, like, we could talk about it too, but I think it's just interesting, and I think honestly it might bite her in the ass.
Yeah,
maybe.
it might.
Or what? I mean, we'll never know, but
it also might work to her advantage because people might start going to the theater just to watch this one movie. I know that. I mean, I personally wouldn't. I didn't even want to go to the. I don't even want to go to the theaters to watch movies anymore. So I think that's kind of where we're all straying towards is, you're gonna do it on streaming. I'm either going to wait for it to be on there or...
Yeah, which is sad. I mean, I like theaters, but, I don't know. I'm just out of that mindset of going to theaters and stuff, so...
It's just, like, it is a lot more expensive, I'll give them that, so...
It is, and it's also... I don't know, it's like we can pause it and go to the bathroom and not, so it's... Anything. I mean, I do think that, like, there'll be definitely movies that I push for us to go see in theaters just because I'm going to be like, oh, this is going to be a theater experience, which I don't think Marvel films really... have that,
Yeah.
So but yeah, I mean, like we'll probably go see if it's an ensemble cast and they fight Kang or something, we'll probably go see that. But any final thoughts with this?
No, I don't think so.
I just think it's gonna be interesting in seeing how this plays out. Either it'll fizzle out and they'll give her money on the side, or it'll be a court case or something, and we can see basically it'll determine the future of streaming and all that. But all right, you have an Am I the Asshole, so let's go ahead and pull that up. All right, so Ashlyn has an Am I the Asshole, so go ahead and lead.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my father-in-law what his wife has been saying about him on the internet? My wife's mom and stepdad separated about 18 months ago. From my understanding, the cause was that the stepdad wanted to let his 2 adult children move into their home after both of his kids lost their jobs due to COVID and needed a place to stay. Mother-in-law was totally against this. At first, stepdad obeyed his wife's wishes, but he eventually heard his son was sleeping in his car after losing his apartment and told both his kids that they could come. Mother-in-law was furious and would call my wife almost daily to complain about it. Mother-in-law and stepdad got into a big fight about it, and when stepdad told her that he wasn't going to kick his kids out and have them be homeless, mother-in-law left. Mother-in-law has been basically couch surfing ever since. She stayed with us for a few 2 to 3 week stints and has bounced around to her other siblings the rest of the time. Stepdad's daughter moved out late last year, but his son still stays with him and trying to save money to move out. Mother-in-law refuses to go back until stepdad's son is gone. At this point, stepdad and mother-in-law are no longer talking. I'm actually pretty close with stepdad as he has helped me with numerous home projects after my wife and I bought our first house. He feels like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place because he loves mother-in-law and wants her to come back, but he also doesn't want his son sleeping in his car again. Mother-in-law has told my wife and I that she refuses counseling because she doesn't think she's done anything wrong, and she won't file for a divorce because she doesn't have a job and needs stepdad's income and health insurance. She also feels that stepdad won't file for divorce either because she knows he would feel guilty about cutting her off from insurance. Over the last year, mother-in-law has been posting a lot of stuff on Facebook about stepdad. A lot of bad-mouthing him, calling him names, saying mean things about his kids, and that the only thing stepdad is good for is money and health insurance. Stepdad doesn't have Facebook and doesn't know what mother-in-law has been saying about him. A few months ago, I was helping stepdad move an appliance, and he told me how much he missed mother-in-law and wanted her to come back. I felt bad hearing how much he was hurting and told him he needed to see something. I showed him mother-in-law's Facebook feed and all the bad things she's been saying. He broke down crying, but eventually pulled himself together enough to let me help him screenshot the posts and save them. A couple weeks ago, mother-in-law called my wife in hysterics because stepdad had actually filed for divorce. After they got done talking, my wife talked to me about it, and I came clean that I showed stepdad what mother-in-law has been saying about him online. My wife was irate about it. Irate?
Yeah,
I think. And told me that it was none of my business to do that and that I shouldn't have meddled in their relationship. I told her stepdad deserved to know what mother-in-law was saying about him. My wife told me I'm a huge asshole because if her mom ever finds out it was me who told stepdad, then mother-in-law will never forgive me and it will cause a huge rift in her relationship with her mom.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That mother-in-law is a crazy fucking person.
Yeah.
What a crazy, and what an asshole the wife is for being like, don't you know that my bad talk, what's the word I'm trying to say? Don't you know that my mother-in-law who talks so poorly about her husband, or my mother who talks so poorly about her husband, she's going to cut me off if she finds out that you were the one that showed her things that she had already stated all online.
She did it herself.
Yeah, that's crazy. And normally I'm like, you should stay out of people's business and stuff. And I think basically when it comes to like intruding on other people's relationships, like you can always judge a relationship, someone else's relationship a lot more than I guess you can your own. But you also don't know like certain things that have happened or what have happened. But to... basically, my kind of rule is like, if I'm going to tell someone about something that's going on in their relationship, it would be something that I would want to hear or would want to know about. And so, yeah, that's crazy. And the fact that she just put it out there too. So like anybody could show this guy that. Well, good for him for getting a divorce. I mean, what was your gut reaction to it?
Well, I think it's interesting that those are his kids. So obviously, like, he wants to take care of his family. He's not going to let his kids like stay in their cars and be homeless, that sort of thing. And so I think it's ridiculous that she doesn't care about his family that much, but was like, I can go rely on all of this family and stay on their couch. Like she stayed on her step-in-law, what's the son-in-law's? Son-in-law's couch.
Right.
And thinks that's okay for 2 to 3 weeks, but the son can't. His actual son can't stay there.
How fucking rude of her. I can't believe that there's people like this. Like, did you...
Well, and she's so, like, dependent upon him, and it's like, so it's only okay for you to be dependent and not, like, a kid that actually really needs help, especially during a pandemic time, like...
What a crazy bitch. What a crazy fucking cunt. I'm sorry,
I know.
Do you know anybody, like... I don't think we know anybody this crazy, but does anybody come to mind that's, like, crazy?
So, a situation does with this.
Okay.
So, one of my friends was talking some serious shit, like, we were at a bonfire or whatever. She was, like, just talking serious shit about, like, another friend of ours, and this friend is, like, super sweet girl, but she was, like, calling her the devil, and, like...
So, wait, your friend talked bad-mouthing your other friend was a super sweet girl, or...
So, like, the girl that was not there.
Okay.
She's, like, the super sweet girl, like, is always smiling, like very polite to people and like saying hello. Like, I'm not super close with her, but like she is a good person, and she's like very good friends with some of my friends too.
I think I know who you're talking about. She has like a good
Yeah.
vibe about her, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she's just super polite, but like for no reason she's like calling her the devil, and I was like, "Can you give me like specific examples, anything?" And she had nothing. She was just like being super rude to her, and so I felt the need to tell her simply because she's very nice to this friend of mine that was talking shit and
Right.
very polite, and
And
I
I
just,
think I know
like-
your other friend who's
she's just kind of like vindictive. She is like that with a lot of people, but I've never heard her go this hard on someone that's so sweet. And like usually I keep my mouth shut and don't tell people about those situations, but this was so malicious and like going after her for no reason
right.
that I was like, I think you deserve to know this because she's saying this stuff and is trying to plan things and push you out of different events, especially ones that are important to me. So I just think she needs to know. So I told her, and she was like, well, I'm glad you told me. Like, I'm not going to like change how I react to her, but like it's good to know that she's like saying that sort of thing.
Have these two friends interacted since you told her that?
They have, and the one friend that was talking shit,
Yeah.
of course, like just fakes a smile
Fake
and like
nice.
and then we'll go say something very rude about her like
Right.
in the corner, and then the one that's like super nice is actually really nice to her still, and I mean that's
It doesn't make sense.
well, that's what I thought would happen.
Right, because
So-
she's just, yeah. And I mean, like, I know who you're talking about, but I don't think that the super nice one isn't non-confrontational. I think it's just like, why, like, this, I think she probably thinks that your other friend is just crazy
Yeah,
in some sort of sense, so.
she does, and I'm serious though. This one friend has literally, she fights with everyone. Like she picks at people and fights them, and so like she like needs to go to counseling and refuses.
You've known her for some time, so that's.
Yeah, very long time.
Right. I wonder what they're saying. So, so wow, not the asshole. You did the right thing. I would be worried that your wife might take after her mother a bit, though. Yeesh.
Right.
Why does your mother-in-law hate his kids so much? My wife's relationship with her mother is complicated. My wife moved out when she was 17 and didn't talk much to her. Didn't talk much her entire time in college. It wasn't until she finished college, became a young adult, that she tried to rekindle the relationship with her mother. They still aren't incredibly close. Mother-in-law thinks her stepkids are losers and leeches. She repeatedly calls them middle-aged toddlers in her posts.
Talk about a middle-aged toddler.
I know.
Like,
That's pretty funny. I mean, that makes sense why the wife is so defensive, but like I don't know. I some of these people, I mean, I think his wife is probably like, my mother is this and that, and it's better not to stir the pot, but it's like
yeah, I get that, but like still.
I mean, and there are some people that I know that are like, don't intertwine yourself in other people's relationships, but it's like, that's not really intertwining. This is like straight, like, I think like, I'm trying to think of like things that like, you know, you wouldn't tell like your like, if you, like your friend, if you did something or told something to your friend, and if they didn't tell me, there's certain things that I'm like, oh, they should have told me, and then other things that I'm like, okay, like I don't need to know that, like that can just stay personal between you two. And I think this is an example, or like basically anything that are grounds for divorce or breaking up,
Yeah,
it's worth telling.
I think so too.
So,
I'm
Yeah.
just like, if she's gonna talk bad about him online too, it's like, obviously you don't really care for that person that much if you're willing to go broadcast it like that. And it's just like, you're that selfish.
right. And of course with this, it's only one side of the story, but I think if you're
Yeah.
posting and calling them leeches or something, like, I mean, even if they are losers or whatever, at the end of the day, it's still his kids, and if he has a good relationship with them, unlike this mother-in-law and her daughter, then it's like, it's whatever. I mean, you're always going to have your kids back and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, that's still those are his children at the end of the day. And as a mother-in-law, you're not their mother, but you need to take on that role of, okay, my husband does need to take care of them still. Even, I don't care if they're middle aged. I don't care. If they really are in that tough of a spot, like, you still should help them. I could understand if they were maybe like drug addicts and you don't want them in the house, then you should be trying to find something for them, though. You should still be helping. They need to go to rehab. They need this.
Right, exactly. No, I agree. You have any final thoughts on this, or can we go to TikToks?
No, I mean, I guess we did need a little bit more background on everything, but I think from just reading this, the mother-in-law is a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah, I think anytime you post your relationship woes on any social media or any type of thing, and it's not like... I think like if me and you were fighting or something, and then a year later we were like, hey, we got really close to breaking up, this is how we worked through it. Like, that type of thing is a little bit different than being like, my stupid fucking husband and his goddamn leech of kids, all he's good for is health insurance and income. Like, fuck this lady. Fuck this lady. All right, it is TikTok time. Are you ready for some TikToks?
It's TikTok time.
All right, so I don't really have that many this week. I'm sorry.
You say that, but...
I have 5.
Okay, that's like the amount I always bring.
Well, I normally have 10, so maybe...
My dad! Think
So
back!
this...
Listen, that child is going to be a pro athlete.
Bro, from the looks of that kid, he's not going to be a pro athlete, and then he gets hit in the face.
He could be a lineman, I think.
Oh, I don't know. The
That's...
mom's pretty short, it looks like.
I know.
Jesus
Oh, man.
Christ.
That's just, like, perfect timing, though, don't you think? Like, it's just...
Yes, it's like, he could be a pro athlete. Don't.
I know. Can't even catch a basketball, too. All right, next up.
Ladies, this mustache isn't going to ride itself.
So...
Ladies,
Jeez. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, that's just like a gross, like, like you got your dad to say some gross shit on TikTok, and then she fucking comes over and...
Well, that's what it was supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's just being a gross TikTok, and then they promote.
I know.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Freaking wild. All right, next up. God, that's so funny. I like the context of this stupid, like, TikTok game.
Yeah.
So people that don't know, what you're supposed to do is, like, you know, get in the frame every time that one comes on in this guy. I know. It's like, I don't know. It's just a good little, I don't know. I just find it funny the way that it's like.
He definitely has a concussion.
Oh,
right?
I know. Let's see that.
The noise is so funny.
All right. This next one up, I just kind of wanted to talk about it because I think it's just interesting, I guess. I think it's this one.
Today I'm starting the 75 soft challenge. It's like the 75 hard, but for people who don't have the time for 2 45-minute workouts a day. So here are the rules. Eat well and only drink on social occasions. Train for 45 minutes every day, 75 days without a day off, and 1 day for active recovery every week. Drink 3 litres of water a day and read 10 pages of any book. Wish me luck. Today I'm...
So, what do you think about that?
What if every day I have a social occasion?
What if every day I have a social occasion?
And I get fucked up at every social occasion?
I think we do this kind of already. I don't know if we go 6 days, but...
I don't read.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, reading's for pussies, but... But, no.
Like, every weekend I have a social occasion.
I know.
Much, so I'm like, I don't know. I mean, like, kind of.
So, do you know what the 75 hard challenge is? It's just basically 2 45-minute workouts, no drinking, eating right, reading. I don't know how many pages you're supposed to read, but...
Like, a whole book one day.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, it's good that people do this type of stuff, but, like, we kind of live...
just like my life almost.
Yeah, almost there. We just don't read because...
Why?
Yeah. I mean, I do want to start reading. I was joking.
I read emails every day,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
I don't have time I don't have time for 10 pages of books. So, all right, here's my last one. Here we go. So it looks like the lake's all dry.
Jackie, I need answers. Where's the lake? Where is it? What? What? Let me just.
Oh god. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
It makes sense. The sand would be that soft.
I know. Well, I just like the cut. That's so funny. Like the way how she fell through. I didn't even know that was like. I would have thought it would have been solid too, just because you're so used to. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm an idiot.
If you knew the lake was all dried up and that's not like a normal peninsula.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so this one is not funny, I don't think, but it's
This yours. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Am I in the wrong here? Is that person gonna say something? I bet.
No, she just gets pissy about it. It's like he's on the right platform and everything.
Right,
so
and he's not.
You have to put it down. It's not like it's gonna go down easily.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been in like weight rooms where it's like, ah! Like,
well,
you know,
like some people when they're like deadlifting or powerlifting, whatever, like they're actually doing, and they're they drop it really hard, and I still am like, okay, like I get it. Like,
right? Yeah.
It's a lot of weight. So like her being upset is ridiculous. It's not like something easy, just like gently sit down.
I know. I mean, she didn't say anything, and she's. I mean, not to defend her, but I'll play devil's advocate. They didn't have gyms back in 1943. I'm just kidding. They did, but like I don't know, just that culture and like lifting heavy weights and all that stuff is just
changed a lot.
So
yeah, I guess I get that, but I still would be like, after you see it like 2 times, you should probably quit looking because you know it's coming.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I just typically don't judge people in the gym or whatever for what they do. I mean, there's some like we've talked about some weird workouts, but in general, that's like I don't know. That's not that big of a deal. Like he was very, very like not as loud as he could be with 400 pounds. So
right.
All right, here's your next one.
Hold on now. Girls gotta take time, get pretty. You think all this was an accident?
Yes, you were.
Hold on now.
What? What is the context of this?
It's supposed to, like, they put stuff on, like, a Twilight. I have no idea what the fuck is going on in the actual video.
But you just...
I think the actual video is hilarious.
Just like...
You think all this was an accident?
Yes, you were. It's
like, yes, you were. Oh, okay, I get it.
It's like, what a crazy young girl, and her mom's like, yep, you are an accident.
I think I focused too much on the
Renesmee.
Renesmee. Jeez. That's awesome, though. Could you imagine? No. There are just some kids like that, though. Like, it's boys and girls that are just so high maintenance. Like,
what is wrong with you?
I know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like, wanting to look pretty or something or
but
whatever.
She looks like a whore.
And then her mom's just like...
I don't want to say that about a young girl, but, like...
And then her mom's just like...
She's sipping her martini like,
I know.
Oh, my God. I fucked up.
It's awesome.
My friend got in a car crash the first day in Miami.
It's a long
A homeless man walked up and asked if he could have all the food that was in the car. He was hungry for days. We even let him stay in the airbag for the night. He got arrested at night because we found out he was... My friend got in a...
I'm like, obviously, like... He's friends with them, right?
Right.
But I'm wondering what happened to get him arrested at the end of the night. Because it's like they're probably like making a funny like video like, oh, this will be hilarious. And then all of a sudden he gets arrested. They're like, oh my God, this is even funnier to add to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's I like that. But yeah, how do you get I don't know. How do you get arrested when you're just chilling?
I don't know.
Maybe a noise complaint or something. Or he was just like...
Maybe. I'm just like, he must have done something.
Also... Those Florida highways are nuts.
Yeah,
so
I'm not surprised they got in a crash.
Maybe they're the people that are nuts, though.
Who knows?
All right, next up for you.
I began to pass out.
And she asked to race our door guy.
And my head hit the wall. Boom. But I had
it looks so painful.
I began to pass out.
I don't know why.
Why would you run if you have to like hold your why would you try and race if you have to hold your tits?
I don't know.
Like.
It freaks me out because they also said that she broke a toenail, so I'm like, oh my God, that much more painful.
It's her birthday, and she asked to race our door guy. I mean, she must have been fucked up, but like,
Yeah.
ladies, don't run if you have to hold your tits while in a
While
race,
running.
especially against a man or something.
And also, just don't race while drunk. It doesn't
Yeah.
work out well. I can attest to that.
For sure. All right, next up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. I want to watch that again.
It's so sad.
Why do they just have a camera in there though, you know?
Some people just do to see their dog and
Oh,
stuff.
that's true. That's true. They maybe want to know. Ugh, that poor dog. That is cool how like dogs know.
Where things are.
Yeah. And I mean,
It's good spatial recognition.
I'm sure that dog would rather have his eyes than have the spatial awareness that.
Yeah, obviously.
But all right, here's your last one. All right. What? What? Oh my.
I'm like, she's kind of skilled, Loki.
Yeah. What? What?
I don't know.
Hold my dog while I do this. She was just feeling herself, man.
She's high.
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Oh my god.
And they're back on. They're going again.
Was that it, or did she do some
I'm
more?
pretty sure that's it.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's awesome. That's a good one. I like that.
Thank you. I tried.
This is the song she was playing for herself. That's awesome.
I was cracking up.
That's. Oh man. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this one. This episode of
Hello, brother.
Hello, Sister. We hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you have any topics or anything that you want us to cover, let us know. We will probably talk about Suicide Squad when it comes out, since it's coming out 2 days from when this comes out. So we'll probably do a movie review about that. I know a lot of people are Marvel fans and aren't DC fans necessarily, but I'm excited for that because James Gunn is the director of it, I think. Director or writer, I don't know. He's tied to it somehow, so I'm excited for that. You have a favorite TikTok?
I think that last one.
The last one. I think mine was probably. I really like the blind dog, but I also like the girl jumping into the sand or the lake bed and just like I can't imagine that context. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed. Where can people find you if they want to see more of you?
At Ashlyn Aycock on Instagram and Twitter, and then our podcast is on TikTok, HBHS Podcast.
And you can find me here at Harshquints on Twitter. Check out all the other Twitter.
I'll beat your ass.
Twitter and the channel and all this other stuff. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you have a great day. Bye guys.